Maureen Haley here, Atlanta, Georgia. And this is just a quick intro to my 6th project, which in my series of 8 Raspberry Pi projects on my network. And this one is my Bitcoin miners. Okay, one more. This is my Bitcoin miner. Well, I have 2 of them, and they have big heat sinks on them and a fan. They're running off a Raspberry Pi 3B. So my story of Bitcoin is kind of long, and I'll tell it to you. But first, I just want to say that if you are a Bitcoin investor or entrepreneur, you are interested in disincentivizing me to be interested in Bitcoin, hit me up because I think we can work something out. But anyway, my story starts in about 2013. I saw a Adafruit post about Bitcoin miners and sort of just read it and went on. And then I did an online course on Coursera on startup engineering that was instructed by Balaji Srinivasan. And he is a cryptocurrency enthusiast and investor. And so then I went back and read a little bit more about it, read Colin Cunningham's Adafruit article again. The miners that he used were no longer available, and the Python code was a little bit out of date, and his setup used an LCD screen that showed the current price of Bitcoin that I wasn't particularly interested in having. But I ordered these miners online, and their forums and support told me how to set it up on a Raspberry Pi, which I did. They run a little hot, so I am running a little fan on it, and I'm using a powered USB port. And believe it or not, they are both online. They make this little blue, I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but they make a little blue flash when they're actually mining. They're a little bit tricky to keep online. They're frequently offline, and then I went out of town and unplugged it because and I hadn't used it for a little while. But here is the thing about Bitcoin, and that is that when I first read that post, it was not worth very much, and then when I did the course, it was sort of gaining in value, and then by the time I thought, oh, maybe I should look into that, it was Bitcoin was about $10,000 per Bitcoin, or 16 or so. And then by the time I got this going, it was plummeting. But to that end, I will tell you that now it is about $60,000 per Bitcoin. So, you know, if you're invested in that and you want your investment to retain its value, you may not want me to be interested in Bitcoin, because history shows the more interested I am, the more the value plummets. So you'll let me know, and I'll unplug my little Pi here. But I think blockchain is something pretty cool. I think eventually all our healthcare records will be on blockchain, and you'll own your own record, and then you will provide from your wallet or your coinage, you may be your own coin, you will provide access to that to your providers and health entities, facilities, rather than the other way around. Like the individual will be the holder of their medical record, which is not the way it is. It's not the way it's been. But in 2021, I think that's pretty much the mindset right now, is that you are you are a collection of data, and therefore you should have a record of that. But we'll see. People are smarter than I am are working on that, hopefully. So Bitcoin, Raspberry Pi 3B, 2 Bitcoin miners, and I am kind of an entrepreneur, I guess.